Hey guys, Kedrix here, and I'm here to bring you guys a sort of Kingdom Hearts theory video that's just been kind of brewing in my head for a little while. Now, the other day, or about 2-3 weeks ago, uh, I was replaying Kingdom Hearts 358, and I don't have a DS capture card for, uh, Let's Plays and all that. Sorry, it's a little late. I'm a little tired. But anyway, let's get into this. So, I noticed something kind of interesting, and this was around when, we were around June 23rd or something. And it occurred to me something interesting when I got to day 255. The title on it, that was the interesting thing. The title said The Longest Day. Now, on a calendar, or when you regard to the solstice, the longest day is known as the summer solstice, as in June 21st. This opened up a whole theory for me just with that one title. Now, this is all in speculation. None of this is completely confirmed, but let's get into it. So, I checked to see exactly how far back 255 days would be from June 21st. This ended up being November 7th. Now, what's interesting about this is that Roxas would have been born on November 7th if this was the case. If, in fact, the longest day, day 255, was actually June 21st, which actually does make a lot of sense when you think about it, because when Sora would wake up at the end of those 365 days, it would be very close to Christmas time in Kingdom Hearts 2, which would explain why both Jack and Santa were very just all over the place about Christmas, and Jack was not currently worried about Halloween at the time, because Halloween would have had to have just recently passed, which would have made it all the more easy for him to focus on Christmas. Because even though we understand that Jack is he's fascinated fascinated with Christmas, he knows that Halloween is his main fixation that he's supposed to focus on. So, and it's clear that he learned his lesson from Santa Claus a year beforehand. I'm going into way too much detail on that one, but you guys get the point. The timing matches up. Now, here's where the interesting part gets in. November 7th, the particular day, not the month, but the day, the 7th, is an interesting number, because 7 and 13 being Roxas's number 13, or the 13 Seekers of Darkness, and the 7 Guardians of Light. It is an interesting point to throw in. And we know for a fact that Xion was fully created and completed 7 days later. That was when she joined the organization and became, what number? Number 14. And if my assumption is correct, this would mean that she was fully created and born on the 14th of November. This opens up some sort of hidden possibilities in there. For one, Roxas being born on the 7th could be signifying him as a potential candidate for one of the Guardians of Light, perhaps the 7th Guardian of Light. If Lee and Kairi are now Guardians of Light, or perhaps, let's look at the Guardians of Light that we have right now. We have Sora, Riku, Mickey, then we have Ventus and Aqua are the only other ones that are kind of confirmed right now. Lee, or Axel, is still inside of the darkness. It still runs through him, so there's speculation that he may not in fact be one of the Guardians of Light. But Kairi might, considering she is a Princess of Light, but she's inexperienced. So I assume that maybe one of them would take the position, which would leave the 7th position open for who? You guessed it, Roxas. It makes perfect sense. Now, naturally, with the fact that Roxas may have been born on the 7th, this would mean that So would nominate. This could put her in a potential candidate spot as well, but we have no idea if she's even really capable of fighting. She is a fairly shy girl, and yes, she is capable of standing up for people, like Sora in Castle Oblivion, but I do not see any combat experience in her, and I just don't think that I would take it too seriously. But this also leads to a few other things. If we look at the month November, what is the exact number of letters in November? Let's see. November. 8. 8. What is Axel's number again? Number 8. This is a sort of interesting tie between Xion, Roxas, and, Axel. I mean, Roxas, who could in fact be the 7th Guardian of Light, Xion, who was born on the 14th, not the 17th, and Axel, who just so happened to be number 8, the exact number of letters inside of November. And with 7 being Syax's number in the organization, there's a lot of coincidental mixes going on here. So it's a pretty interesting, analogy, I guess. And the idea was just brewing in my head. Has Nomura had this kind of set in place for himself since he created 358? Because putting in the longest day, like I said, does actually have, it makes a lot of sense, especially with the timing, because many number of days beforehand on their vacation day, Axel said, "Is this summer vacation? No, it's far too early for that now." These are more and more significations, or just hints, as the actual calendar of 358, the time frame of Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, as well. Actually, if we look at it from this point, we can actually deduce the exact number of days that Sora was inside of Castle Oblivion, because that's when it started to affect Roxas, when all the memory stuff started happening, and, you guys get the basic picture. There's a lot that can be said here. We now have a more or less sort of time frame as to when all the events were going down. Now, this may not seem like much at first, but we have to remember that Kingdom Hearts is known for throwing immense loops at us, and, who knows? Anyway, this is just a theory that I had brewing in my head. I wanted to get it off my chest, and, it just makes a lot of sense when you think about it. I mean, Roxas being born on the 7th when he's actually number 13, this could actually signify him that he was originally meant to be a member of the 13 Seekers of Darkness, but due to his birthday, he could in fact become a Guardian of Light in the end. It's just a theory. It's up in the air. I don't see Xion as a Guardian of Light, more like a sort of Soldier of Light. Same with maybe Naminé and Axel. Kairi would need a lot more experience, but that's, beside the point. Anyway, what did you guys think of this theory? Did you think it made sense that Roxas may in fact be born on this day, and that all these sort of coincidences just seem to set each other up in a way that just maybe Tetsuya Nomura actually had this planned from the start when he did Roxas's 358 story? Or even before that, because apparently with everything that was going on in Kingdom Hearts 2, I mean, there's just a lot to be said there. As I said, let me know what you guys saw of the theory in the description below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook. That is in the description below as well. I said description below for tell me what you thought. I'm sorry, I meant the comment section. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the theory. Be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. And if you guys think that maybe I missed some critical key important fact or possibility within this theory, let me know that in the comments section below, and we could keep this theory going. I've been Kedrickson, as always, people. Have an awesome day. Peace.